More than 200 students from 15 Title I high schools in 7 states enrolled in the Stanford course CS 105 Introduction to Computers. The same course is being taught to Stanford students on campus.
When I first heard about this opportunity to work on this course offered by Stanford through the National Education Equity Lab, what really stood out to me was the word equity. It's one thing to teach this course to students, but another thing to teach this course with focus on equity and providing equitable resources to underserved communities.
I do see a lot of myself in my students, but I also went to a Title I high school, and I've seen a lot of the struggles they've had. One thing that I think that really resonates with me, and I think with it, especially when I talk about when people hear about the work that we do, is that they're always kind of surprised. There's this deficiency model, like, oh, they can't do this because they have the struggles. Instead of focusing on what can be, or what they can achieve.
Something that's really cool is you get to work with students who are earlier on in their academic career, so they actually don't have a lot of exposure to the types of material that we're working with in the class, and I think that that's really cool because you get to mold their perception of the types of material that they can handle and what they're interested in, and you get to be the person to introduce them to this entirely new concept and framework of thinking than they're used to.
CS 105 is offered through a partnership with National Education Equity Lab. Students earn credits from their high schools and from Stanford. It is taught by classroom teachers and Stanford teaching fellows via Zoom. Lectures are given online by a Stanford faculty member.
I definitely think this course helps emulate what a college course would look like. In high school classrooms, usually there's a lot of step-by-step guidance on how to get through the class. But in this course, we really want students to be independent. I think the biggest challenge with teaching students virtually is keeping them engaged. We had to really push, hey, can people unmute their microphones, please? Or, okay, we're not gonna move on until someone says something, just so that people get used to participating in a virtual setting.
We also have breakout rooms where they break into small groups, and then me and my co-TF, Zach, will kind of go around and ask, do you have any questions, right? And then sometimes when they will be more reluctant to ask those in the larger sections, they'll be more upfront. They'll be more likely to ask those questions in the smaller groups. And then as they get more comfortable asking questions of us in the smaller groups, I find that we're starting to get more questions in the chat during kind of the larger section.
And it's important to take a step back and make sure that your students know what avenues are open to them to getting help, and then making sure that those avenues are something that they feel comfortable using and approaching, and that's almost something that's just an automatic, I can use this tool to ask for help. I think it's really about emphasizing that failure is a really positive thing as a student. When you come across a concept that you really don't understand at first, that actually means you have so much more potential to learn and grow. It's not about understanding everything on the first try. It's really more about sitting with the material and letting yourself understand what you don't understand, and then building that skill set and that toolbox to unblock yourself and figure out how can I get myself over this hurdle.
There was a memorable moment in our classroom where we were in section and we were trying to explain a topic that maybe wasn't so well grasped in lecture, and after we finished the explanation, there was a big resounding "oh" that came from the classroom, and that was an exciting moment to hear that aha moment even through Zoom. We were really excited that students were capturing the concepts.